Thank you, Tony, for joining our today's Ask John show. It was been a great discussions with you multiple times to work with you with the teams, and you have such an impressive career. Let's get started with the core value. So I would love to hear a little bit. Would you please share us your core value of ITM? So currently, as an ITM, you've been there for such a long period of time and developing your career, and finally you're a director of the company of the ITM. So I think one of the main reasons probably you've been attracted and attached yourself with the core value. So that's why I would like to ask you, what are the core values of the ITMs and how you feel connected with each of those core values? Please share.
Okay. So the name of the ITM, it's himself get the letter of cover inside already. So the I the interactive. Interactive is created just at the organization, the collective, it's our most valuable asset. Individually, it contains joy for infuse every action with the honest, the fairness, and the respect for the client, also for the colleague. So the interactive is also first core value that I really loved and also to keep it in the item. And the T in the team. So we work in team. Team is on the mission. ITM makes up of the amazing people, amazing personnel, but only working in team. The teamwork that can keep more the value, keep more the readiness. So we commit to have our customer by working together with the equal part humility and the ambition. So integrity, working in team, and the aim is to make something better every day. You know, uh, we are hungry, we are passionate, and we love to talk the problem. We get the new challenge. So you will not hear much about the I don't know how to do or something like this at ITM, but you will hear the try me, some try us. When we face to the difficulty, we jump on. So with let's say we have the three core deal right now, either interactive, T is the team in the mission, and M is the make something better every day.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. That's very fascinating. Integrity, teamwork, and make something better every day. That's outstanding. And I want to share with you one thing. It's something we have been very common. So the number one core value of VSHR is the teamwork as well too. And I'm so happy that it's been common between the ITM and also in VSHR as well.
Yeah, it's good to hear and good to work with the VSSR too.
Thank you. That's glad that it's quite good to work together on this one. Um, so I know that as you as a director, you've been focusing a lot of about customer experience, like when you are working together and you are focusing about developing customer experience. So I would like to ask you as a director, how do you really focus of developing a great customer experience for your clients?
ITM is working with about 100 customer for the local and the affiliate of the global group all over the world. There's the different culture in the multinational working environment to bring up a really true challenge about the customer experience deeply. In general, the customer just want the best services in the very short time. Yeah, for that we have to put ourselves in their shoes to design the suitable and the specified solution which it adapt the fast changing of the technology. Daily, monthly, we have to monitoring the feedback of the customer, the results of the services. By tracking the internal IT system, we have the ticket system to tracking on the incident we support to the customer. We hold the survey of the satisfaction of the customer yearly. Yeah, beside that, we love to receive the feedback of the customer, to analyze, to improve. For that, we can improve the service better for day by day. So the feedback of the customer is the key for us to improve.
All right. That's a really very exciting point, and that's really important to do. I also think that every industry leader focus should be focusing with a customer experience. And you have shared some really good aspects about survey, continuous improvement, and feedback mechanism. It's a little bit like a lean developments. It's lean is about build, feedback, and optimize and improve. So that's that cycle, and that's brought you up on this one too. That's outstanding. So I know that how much you care about building a customer experience, and you like to upskill your team to sustain and to craft and enable them so that they can really deliver a great customer experience. So you don't just only speak about it, but you also go around and also worked with VSHR Pro Academy to providing the customers experience training for all company staff. That was an amazing day. So I just wanted to share with you this about how that training program was helping your teams to boosting and taking forward the customer experience. Please share.
Okay, you know, it's not easy to express on the customer about the reading customer insight. The customer insight is something that not everybody can do, but at the service company, we have to have the people, the staff, the member of the item have to get understanding the customer, to reading their insight. With the VSHR course, will bring our team much value on the understanding themselves, exploring and know more about the colleague who spend 8 hours per day working at the team, and especially for the future personality group. In the training, we get the future personality group. After the training, ITM members still talking about it. Also, the knowledge. Also, they use that knowledge to detect the personality of the new customer. They start to define, to separate the customer to by that group separate in many groups to give the good communication, the right communication, the working method. So the course already change the working way of the staff and the communication to the customer. So it really help on the item customer experience. You see?
Thank you. It was like a tool, right, to find out any particular problem and how to solve that one. I'm so happy that it was been helpful that way. So I also know that you, as a director, you also focusing about building the leaderships. Like an example, when you been joined the company years back and build your of different technical capability, and you also build your leadership capability as well too. So please share about how ITM focus about building the leadership capability to the staff.
Yeah, for the leadership, as sharing with you, one of our core value is the team beyond the mission. So the talent is the key factor of the item development. So we outright and trust and let them make the decision to grow up with the leadership skill. So we do have the in-house training and the outsourcing training course for the suitable member based on the ability and the orientation. So orientation, for the outsourcing line, we do with the VSHR for the pro manager. It will be training by the VSHR. So yeah, the training is also the key to develop the leader factor in item.
Awesome. I'm glad that it's been so a lot of companies ignore it, and I know that the culture of ITM, that how you've been focusing about developing the leadership program. I've been blind. I've met multiple people, you and other leadership people in ITM, and I've been so happy that the level of leaderships they have, the way they influence the peoples, and play the role. That's been very impressive too. So I just wanted to share with you that about you. when you are working with and was providing different kind of training program from VSHR Pro Academy to the team, how those VSHR Pro Academy training helped ITM on their journey? Would you like to share? You mentioned about the Pro Manager X. We also please share a little bit about how the offline training programs, let's say training 4.0 and training and leadership program or teamworks. Please share.
You know, we just talking about the customer service experience, also from the VSHR Pro Academy. So we just talking about the Pro Manager X training course in this year. Yeah, 2021. Besides that, you remember last year we also hold the leadership skill training in 2020 with
Yes.
all with all the leader and the manager at the ITM. It's helping us a lot for the stronger to make the core team is stronger and survive in the difficulty. Like this time in this pandemic, it's very better. It's a very better impressive for the customer awareness. So with the VSHR Pro Academy, since the last year until now, all the training and get the core team of ITM get more the motivation and more stronger to keep the company survive and the development during this pandemic. So thanks for that, sir.
Thank you for sharing as well too. And I also strongly believe that the core, the competency of ITM is already been built, and now this pandemic is almost going over. I mean, probably in 1 month, 2 months of time, the most difficult period will be over. Not the whole pandemic will be over, but the most difficult time will be probably over, and ITM is gonna be really thrive that period of time, because ITM, I believe that the way it's been prepared about building the leadership, teamwork training, Pro Manager X training, internal courses as well too, and also the future leadership program as well, which is also been signed up for 2 more managers as well too, to build them and so. So ITM is rock and roll on that highway to thrive forward, and I'm absolutely sure about that success. I have no doubt about that part. Tony, I just wanted to share a little bit about. Would you please share us a little bit about the trainer? Or when you was a Pro Academy trainer, was working with your teams and providing those training program. So how did the trainee feel about the trainer from the Pro Academy? How about the personality, about the vibe? Please share.
Okay. Myself also joined the training of the VSHR Pro Academy. Yeah, I also meet the trainer. Okay, and also talking the my staff after the training to give the feedback of the value of the training session. You know, just talking about the trainer. For me, the professional knowledge. He clinic experience. Yeah, and very good and harmony in the communication. Make the ITM staff very happy and enjoy the training. Also, after the training at the end, they get very many things inside them. Each people, they will have the way to think for themselves and get the knowledge for themselves after the training. So, to talking about the trainer, the professional knowledge, the experience, clinic, and very good in the communication. There is some shocking work that I can say about the trainer.
Thank you, Tony, for sharing about this. So now I want to talk a little bit about your own craft, about your own leadership style. So if I asked you 5 words, we will describe your leadership strategies, our leaderships about Tony Wing, who's the director of ITM. What are the 5 words will you pick?
The 5 words to define the leadership of mine.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say about the visionary.
Visionary. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the choice.
Choice.
Yeah. The common goal.
Mm-hmm.
Common goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Common goal.
Yeah. And follow me.
Follow me. And the last one?
Yeah. and the motivation.
Motivation. Oh,
Yeah,
outstanding! I love this one. I think every every leaders need to have a visions, and I'm so glad that you picked the right one. And I probably this is one of the key factor really worked on your so far in career success. I can just look by looking at that one. I can already feel it. So the same way, one thing you mentioned about is number two as your choice. And this is not something I hear very common when I ask other leaders
yeah,
about 5 words about themselves. So that makes me very curious about how. Would you please share a little bit about what does this choice means? Why did you pick the choice in number two?
yes. For me, it's just simple. I spend my time. I spend most of my time to plan the thinking, the vision, the thinking to the manager and the leader. When they understand all about the vision and the thinking and know what is the vision of the item and of the topic or something. So we and all the manager, the leader, will finally to choose the joy, and only do like this, they will have to motivate themselves and separate the latitude themselves to achieve the common goal. So the joy here is the joy when we plan clearly about the vision, the thinking, and the people in the team will make the choice there. And when they themselves to make the choice to where they go, and they will have to go with the on their effort to keep the goal. So that is the choice where I'm talking about.
Cool. That's a really interesting perspective. I have not seen this perspective to a lot of leaders actually. I'm very happy that you have such kind of thing, and I can see that this works in your favor very much, and your leaderships and your career success so far. So if I ask you that, Emma, when you look at on other IT managers, what is the common mistakes? Number one common mistakes you see among other IT managers? Please share.
The IT manager,
Yeah,
um, something the number one I think is the defender.
defender.
Something like they always protect their opinion.
Mm.
So their thinking is the number one, not other thinking, something like this. The idea is number one. I think that is the number one
Problem.
thing I see is among the IT manager.
Mm.
When they have the idea, if someone get the better idea or not agree with that idea, so he protect everything, and something like he build over and no one can touch that idea, something like this. I think that is the number one thing it's appear in my head. I meet a lot of IT manager in my working life, so I think that is the first one.
Thank you, Tony, for sharing this one too. It's been amazing from my side that I want to share with you that it's been amazing to work with you and work with all the training programs, all the teams I talked about. They multiple times worked with ITM and worked with you, worked with two as well too, the operation managers of ITM. Everybody enjoyed working with ITM, and the first touch we started to work with, like I think 2 years back, when ITM and you sponsored the social Shark Tank for the first that season, was our first encounter working together. And then since then I really enjoyed working with you, and I enjoyed working with the teams and all those different discussions we do. And more importantly, I also talked to the different team members and leaders. They all say this one, from Pro Academy, they enjoyed working with you, and also enjoyed working with Tony, and also of course working with ITM team members too. And it was a great journey. I know there's a little bit of challenging time going on in the economy, but there is a but this is also probably the time to pick up, because the lockdown has long get loosened out. So I think that there is a time for IT companies to thrive. And I think Tony, with you too, and all kind of upskilling program you have in place for your team is ready to thrive as well too. So yeah, I will highly recommend anyone who will be looking for and IT service provider solutions, I will mention. Let's talk to Tony.
Yeah, thank you for your kind word. So I myself and ITM also really appreciate can work with you, John, and the Pro Academy for the training of the team, and we hope that we can do cooperate more in the future to get the team going up and also the business of the company going up. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Tony. It was a pleasure to having you in the call, and we're looking forward to talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.